Boom. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Strike Thoughts. Peter, thank you for the beer, mate.
That's all right.
Weekly occurrence now.
It is weekly. Fuck it. One a week.
It's a bit getting the units in. Just making sure I'm getting my units in. It's we're going to obviously drink a beer, but then we've got to go play basketball. Might be sick.
Yeah, I didn't play last week either. So, how'd you get on?
It was just three of us in. We went to play, so it wasn't enough for a game. We just played a bit of horse. Mate, I'm enjoying basketball, mate. And then you've been watching the NBA a bit more than me. What's been happening?
Not recently. I was watching quite a lot of the first or whatever's been happening, like the first round games or whatever. But I don't even know what it's called. But yeah, I've not seen any of the because it's 7 games. It's like you said about watching the first quarter. It's like the only quarter that's really that exciting is the fourth.
But sometimes it's already finished by then. Some games though, if you go to the fourth quarter, it's like this game's.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? Yeah.
A lot of them have been closer. I've looked like literally like 1 point, 2 points, and them endings of them games are fucking wicked. But I'm looking forward to when it gets to the later stages.
Yeah, I'm excited. Lakers got beat. I saw that, so that's obviously great. No spoilers. Peter, we'll start on this week's card that just happened, and then I want to sort of spend some time talking about a legend of the game who announced their retirement. So let's get into it, Pete. So we're going to have to refresh your memory on some of these. Ashley Yoder against Sousa, did you see that one?
I remember them being in the cage. That was about it.
Floating in and out of consciousness like your name was Drake.
It's hard work.
Sousa just got a unanimous decision with this one. She just a more kind of dominant performance. She was the underdog though, so it was quite impressive for her to be performing like that. She just beat her up basically, and Yoda wasn't using her reach very well. Pete, the next fight was Phil. Shout out Phil H from 2Ps on a Pod. He has been trying to get into UFC. I told him to watch this fight, mate. It was fucking incredible.
I recognise their faces,
mate.
It was. It will jog.
It was an absolute war. TJ did miss weight, and Chavez just started by eating TJ's leg up with leg kicks, and his leg was like swelling up.
Oh, was this on the outside?
Yeah.
It was like it looked like he had another calf on the outside.
Yeah, it looked like yeah. And they kept zooming in on it. It was like horrendous. I was watching it with the missus. She was not enjoying it, but it was just an absolute war. It was a unanimous decision for Chavez, but TJ's so fucking tough. Like that, some of these guys are just absolute beasts, bruv. And yeah, he was taking an absolute beating, but he was dishing it out. Like it was one of those fights where TJ would go through little spurts. Do you know what I mean? Like
I remember him. Like sort of trying to switch stances, but then it's like
they
can only do that for so long because they're not used to fighting that way. They have to go back, and then it's like whether like Chavez recognizes and hits that leg again, and it's like fuck, go back. But
exactly. It's weird that like you look at fighters who just constantly change stance. Like look at someone like Izzy or Matt Holloway. The way they do that, they're just as good fighting. Like it's fucking
that as well. Like,
incredible. Yeah, absolutely mental. So I just want to say a big shout out to Danny Chavez and TJ Brown. That was probably my fight of the night, to be honest. The next one was Felice Herrig against Yandiroba. Unbelievable finish from Werner. Takes Felice down, gets her down into top mount, and then a beautiful transition into an armbar. See this one, Pete?
There's so many we've been saying about the submissions lately, especially with the women.
Yeah.
It's like I'd love to see just who is the best, like, or who's that good. I don't mind like grappling matches and shit when they're that good.
Yeah.
You can just tell when the other person's in deep water. It's like, oh fuck, like, and like Felice Herrig is like she's been around for fucking ages. And it's just, but this girl's just on like a different level. Mad,
yeah, absolutely mental. Felice was obviously the ranked fighter. Yandiroba not ranked at all, and it was first round as well. Like just
quick, like just straight on top, just like.
Incredible. I'm really trying to commit, and I know it's difficult to make plans in this time, but I'm really want to try and commit to get into some jiu-jitsu done this like as soon as stuff happens, bruv, because we talk about it enough and I'm just like, mate, you've never been in a position with anyone, so don't chat shit. Do you know what I mean? Like,
done anything. Like,
no, I've done self-defense when I was younger, so we used to roll about on the floor, and I've got a white belt. You know what I mean?
A black belt in self-defense. Yeah, but like it's weird how I think people do pick stuff up even as kids. I remember I've been like training for a little bit, just like jiu-jitsu, just trying to get into it and just watching stuff off telly and that. And then we was down the beach like wrestling. We was a bit drunk and stuff, and I was thinking to myself, yeah, I know a few moves and that. all of a sudden, my mate who's never done any grappling before has got my arm twisted up behind my back. He's like, go on, tap out. I've fucking got a mouthful of sand. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I think everyone from wrestling as kids and fucking about fighting, you know what hurts and what don't. It's just
definitely,
but it's good learning like the tiny little things, because it's what's interesting is looking out for stuff. So it's like if you're on top of someone or something, or you're on their back and it's like you're moving around and they put their arm somewhere.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, okay, they've put their arm there when they post up, so I'm going to grab that the next time. So it's so fucking
constant, like a chess
fun.
match.
I can understand why people say when they get into it, they just can't stop thinking about it.
Are you like, have you got a belt or anything in jiu-jitsu?
I've never done gi.
No.
I was never really, because I wanted to try like MMA. I was like, is it really, and people say you should do it, but is there really any point me from starting is like doing stuff with the gi, getting used to choking people and grabbing their cuffs and collars and that when I'm not going to be using it.
Yeah.
So I really enjoyed just t-shirt, shorts, and just fucking like no gi.
Yeah.
Fucking fun.
Have you done? Did they do wrestling down at that gym?
We done. Yeah, they do it at Granite. Chris's one as well. When I was at Combat, I think ages ago when I done it, I remember me, Marv, and Jack going down there. It's fucking just the warm up. You're fucking almost passing out in the warm up. They're doing like, because they're like, oh, do forward rolls to the end of the mat and then run back round, and then backwards rolls and then run back round, and then sideways, like some sort of bear crawls and that. And you stand up and you're like, fucking, I'm fucked. I haven't done this since I was 6. It's like, your head's all over the place, and then you got to go into the practicing and stuff. It's fucking
mad.
It's good. It's fun though.
Yeah. I would love to do it. I'd love to do it. And Verna was just incredible. You could tell that she's just been doing it, like you said, from a young age. She's completely comfortable on the floor in a completely different sport. And some of these fighters as well, she looked great standing up. She really did as well. So yeah, impressive fight. Then, Pete, we had the main prelim, which was Jim Miller against Vince Pichel. Most UFC fights ever for Miller now on this. Oh no, I know. Miller was looking good in the first round, though. He did get his back finished with the round finished with him in a calf slicer.
Yeah, he done well. That guy just looked comfortable. Like whenever he sort of got in any bad positions, he looked pretty calm. But good tash as well.
Phenomenal, Charles Bronson style tash. Yeah, unbelievable,
solid,
unbelievable. Yeah, so good. Just complete dominance from him from the second round, really. And the third was pretty much back and forth. But he didn't get absolutely battered, Miller. No, he still looked good. It wasn't as though he didn't look like he deserved to be in there. He fought really, really well. Pichel just doing better than him.
Yeah, it's one of them. And it's like, obviously, it was good to see him come back in his last fight and say he's all healthy and stuff. But then you think to yourself, you get up in that upper like fucking reach of everyone. It's like you got your Tony Ferguson's, your Gaethje's, Khabib's and shit. It's like Jim Miller gets smashed.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, like we spoke about the leagues and stuff, didn't we? But hopefully he's got a few more fights in him. Like, do you know what I mean? Just to get one more win. Fuck it, innit? Go on, Miller.
Cowboys fighting again.
Yeah, innit? You want to see them two, don't you?
Yeah, I don't know if they have fought. I'm not sure.
Cowboy would probably fucking. Well, I don't know. Who knows? Who fucking knows?
Back in the day when all the lightweights were sick, you got like fucking Melvin Gillard, shit like that.
Yeah.
Boy of Jim Miller.
Yeah.
And so Joe Lauzon.
John Dodson against Mirab Dvalishvili, Pete, was the first fight of the main card. Talk to me about this one. What do you remember of it?
This guy's just a fucking workhorse.
Mate.
He just doesn't never get tired. He reminded me a bit of what was his name the other week? And I think that was bantamweight as well. Is it Askarov?
Mm-hmm.
Something Askarov, the guy that just looked stone-faced and just kept coming after the English guy.
Yeah, I think I remember. Yeah.
Was that bantamweight or not? I can't remember.
I know who you're talking about, though.
Yeah, I think there's 2 guys I've seen like that lately that we said they were like mini Khabibs. They just kept coming. They're decent stand-up. It's just the same as Dvalishvili. Just fucking
absolute animal.
Yeah, just no stopping him.
He started off really, really impressive on the legs, just like absolutely beating up his legs. It was brutal, like you could just hear it. And he got a big slam as well. There was one point, this is genuine, during this fight where, so I watched, so the main card, I woke up bang on 3, watched from 3 till 6, and then went to sleep again. Like, absolutely smashed it. Like, I couldn't believe it. It was the first time that I'd ever done it, and I think because I've done it that once, I'll probably be able to do that every time now.
It's a good feeling going back to bed at 6, or like half 6. You're like, yes.
Yeah. And you just watched the sick card as well. I was like banging.
All you other mugs are just getting up.
Yeah, and and after 3 till 6, I'd written the episode as well, like my notes and stuff. So I was like, great, I haven't got to do that in the morning, and we'll rewatch it. But yeah, it was just an amazing fight. Unanimous decision there from for Merab. And then, Pete, we had Herbert Burns against Daniel Pineda.
This is the one I need to watch again. I will watch it again when I get back.
Yeah, I'd say it was round 1 to Pineda, heavy ground and pound, going to the body and then to the head. Round 2, Pineda got him in a crucifix and then just started raining down shots on him and got the TKO, mate. It was fucking, just phenomenal performance from Pineda. It was really, really good. JDS, Pete, what did you think about this one?
Oh, man, he was doing so well. It's the same thing over and over. He starts off well, and it's, what did I say last week about him backing up around the cage?
This is exactly what you said.
Exactly, done the exact. When he's in the center, I thought he looked better. He looked like he was picking his shots. He looked like he had his old mean face back on again. And then he gets his back up against the cage, and he just I think he threw a back fist as he was running away.
Yeah,
I think that was Dos Santos. He was running away to his left. And you got fucking Jairzinho running in, who's like a world-class striker, and you got Dos Santos trying to back fist him.
Yeah, I know.
Closing his eyes, running. Of course you're going to get caught. It's happened so many times.
Yeah, it was a shame. He did look. I've actually got it that he was looking comfortable. He wasn't.
I thought he won the first round.
Yeah, Rosenstruck wasn't able to put anything together. He wasn't able to put anything together. And then round 2, a big right hand from, I just called him JR in my notes because typing, I just called him JR. So shout out to JR. Oh my God, yeah, Biggie boy. And just swarmed JDS with some big shots. It was absolutely devastating. Well, just going back to the John Dodson fight, just in my notes, sorry, here, I've got the fact that I thought that it was in fast forward for a bit, bruv. I was on BT
so quick,
BT Player, and I was like, have I fucked this up? No. But it was incredible the way that the speed of them, mad.
It's crazy.
Absolutely fucking mental. And then talking of speed, yeah, Rosenstruck just went in and absolutely fucked JDS up. Shame. But JDS looks like he's still got more in him. What would you reckon, Pete?
Even that again, it's just, I feel like he's going to keep trying. He's just one of them. It's just like he's going to keep trying, thinking in his head. He probably thinks in his head still he can win the title. It's just.
But he looked in shape, bruv.
I know. It's just he hasn't. I don't think he's got that. He used to just go out and kill people, just literally get into an exchange. But he's gone from exchanging with people to running away, throwing a back fist, some weird, and he done it Stipe caught him on the cage, Kane caught him on the cage. And Garno might have been in the centre, I think. But there was another one where he was like this, palms against the cage, running away with his chin up. He's probably just confident in his chin, but I think it's starting to go.
Yeah, it's a shame. It's a shame. To be honest, I think if you look judging him on his first round, he just looked good. He's also against, and don't get me wrong, Ngannou, did him, but you're going up against an absolute. Look at what he did to Overeem.
Don't get me wrong, he could still. There's still plenty of heavyweights that Dos Santos can fucking bang out.
100%. 100%.
I mean, there's some good fights. Who's that? Who's the guy that's been on a little tear? Is it Boza?
Tanner Boza, yeah.
Someone like that. Who we don't really know how good he is yet, but whack him in there with Dos Santos, see how he gets on. It's just probably knock him out.
Yeah. Probably. And his back fist was incredible the other day. Fucking hell. Pete, then we had Sean O'Malley against Marlon Vera. You've been going in hard in the paint for Cheeto.
Pumped for this one.
Yeah.
even though I remember watching him during lockdown, and I was like, yeah, he's decent, but I think it was quite a back and forth fight. I think it went decision. And I thought, he's got good technique and stuff. But then when I heard these guys talking and going at it, and fucking O'Malley getting his hair dyed in the Ecuador colours, is that going to piss someone off? I don't understand.
Yeah.
It wouldn't piss me off if someone dyed the colour of my country, their hair. I'd just be like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
No point. But
just a weird one.
I think I sent you the weigh-in. That was what got me excited for this fight. I was obviously excited for the main event. I was like, the second one will be quite good. O'Malley will probably fucking knock him out. And then when they weighed in and they was face to face, they had the close camera in, and it was Vera was talking to him, saying something, and then O'Malley comes sort of steaming in a bit with his fist.
Yeah.
Was it Dana?
It is Dana, yeah.
Dana was like, whoa. And Vera's like, it's okay.
Yeah.
So calm. And then he started saying some shit. O'Malley didn't say nothing, backed away, and he was like, yeah, that's what I thought. You ain't going to say nothing, motherfucker. It's just, I was like, oh my God, this is fucking going to go off.
It looked like a leg kick, Pete. You sent me a video. So O'Malley, from what I saw happened, O'Malley went to take a step and his leg went. So I've just got down there that I thought that he hurt his knee. And then Marlon jumps in, lands a big elbow. Might have been a quick stoppage.
I thought when you see him afterwards and he's getting stretched out, there was no way he was probably even getting back to his feet.
Right. Yeah, that's a good point.
I watched it again. That elbow, when he smacks him with that because he hits him with a little punch first,
Yep.
and then the big left elbow hits him.
Yeah.
And his eyes, they look like they're looking at Herb Dean, but you don't know where his eyes are. And Herb Dean's probably looking straight at. They might be over his shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
That elbow was fucking naughty. Like,
yeah.
But I can fully understand. Herb Dean probably knew his leg was fucked anyway, the way he was moving and just taking 2 shots, and it was just like he's probably not going to do much from there.
Yeah, a shame for Sean O'Malley, but I think we've said this before. Like at the same time, it's not a shame because it was a leg kick that did it. Like I said this the other day about Darren Till. Like if you're in a fight and you get an injury because of the other fighter, that's part of the fight. Like, do you know what I mean?
Until we know how bad it is, I'm not saying he quit or nothing like that, or maybe he did just sort of, maybe he wasn't expecting that elbow and thought he could maybe get through it. But like we've seen people lately, like who's the guy? Oh, is it not Gallagher or something like that? Little bald guy that we watched in lockdown.
Oh, Brian Kelleher.
Do you remember? Was it his second fight? Apparently, he done his ACL, his like all that meniscus, all done it. Like, and he carried on.
He carried on fighting. So we spoke about it, how it's a mad sport, how it just carries on.
Obviously, this is maybe a nerve thing, and it's like when your whole leg goes dead, there's nothing you can really do. But like, I mean, you have to watch the video, but it definitely looks like that leg kick, and then there's someone going on about like.
Peter, are you saying he's faking it? Is this a conspiracy?
No,
do you think that he overdone it?
No, I'm saying that maybe someone can tear their ACL and carry on, but does that nullify your whole leg? Maybe it just hurts up the back of your hand. I don't know what it feels like, but but yeah, maybe I don't know. To be honest, but then Vera just did everything he had to do.
Oh mate, he won. He did what? Yeah, you're right. He won the fight.
He looked good as well. It was a bit back and forth. Like when he was taking some leg kicks early on, I was like, fucking hell, O'Malley looks massive. Like he's long, he's got the reach on him, but Vera just stayed in front of him and just started fucking hounding him down.
Very impressive. Did you see his post-fight interview with Joe Rogan?
Yeah.
Really good. I really enjoyed it. You can tell that Marlon listens to Joe Rogan Experience because he was like, I always listen to you, Joe, telling me to conquer your inner bitch and this kind of stuff. And he was like, I've got that. And he said, I've got that immigrant mentality, which is what
I've got that dog inside me.
Yeah. When he said immigrant mentality, that's what Joey Diaz said about Stipe, and then that went viral. And it was like, yes, because Stipe's got that immigrant mentality, but he called it like immigrant mentality, obviously, because Joey Diaz just says everything wrong.
Yeah.
And he's just saying that, I've got that, I'm ready to go. Bruv, I'm very impressed with him. Like, I think he looked banging.
Sick,
it looked good. And the thing is, it's happened again where you've got, it's not as bad as like, who can I say? Like a Ronda Amanda situation, because the fight's not that big. But all of the spotlight's been on O'Malley. He's been in all the interviews, do you know what I mean? And Marlon Vera's just come out and performed.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? It's like, it's not on that sort of level, but even I was. That's what I said until I watched that weigh-in, and that's when I got excited. Before all that, I was like, oh, it's another one for O'Malley. And even I was looking past it, thinking, who can O'Malley fight? Garbrandt, this person. He's trying to set up all these fights, and then he just gets fucking. Then that happens,
and then his leg goes.
He'll come back and smash someone.
100%, he'll be back. 100%, he'll be back. And then Pete, we had the main event. I mean, I've got obviously notes. Just obviously I can go through them, but it was a bit of a shame for me for it to kind of end like this, in my opinion. Now, it's not because I don't like Stipe, and I'm happy that Stipe won, but the eye poke was just mad for me. Yeah. I feel like if he like people understate, like, and if you didn't see it, obviously Stipe did get the unanimous decision, but it was a very bad eye poke for Daniel Cormier at the end of one round. It just fucked his eye up completely. It's like 5 minutes is a long time. 5 minutes is a really long time. If they just gave him 5 minutes, I think it would have been a different fight. However, Stipe looked very, very impressive, Pete. What did you think about this fight, mate?
Yeah, but I know there was, like, Dana's come out and said you can't really blame the eye poke and he can't use that as an excuse because also I think he caught Stipe first with an eye poke, like a little one. It wasn't as bad. It looked like it fucking went all the way in, but like with Cormier's one, you could see his eyelids were all swollen.
It was
and,
horrible,
stuck together and shit. Yeah, but like well, you say give him 5 minutes, but they've said afterwards already his retina was fucked anyway. So
have they?
Yeah, so it was right in there.
Fuck, that's horrible.
I don't think the 5. Maybe I don't know. Imagine if he'd done a fucking Diego Sanchez and said, no, I can't carry on.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, what would have happened?
I don't know. Would he have won?
But he didn't call it as an eye poke, though. In the Diego Sanchez one, it was an eye poke, and they called it.
Oh, no. It was a knee to the head when it was something like that.
Oh, sorry, but whatever it was.
That's what, yeah.
He called it.
I didn't see it, did he?
No.
He didn't even see it at all because Cormier was running away going, he poked me in the eyes. I didn't see it, carry on.
Here's my thing, though. Why can't... I don't know you have to officially announce these rules, but DC said after the fight, oh, Goddard said to me between rounds, you're right, I've seen it on the video, it was an eye poke. Oh. Yeah. So if he's checked the video and it is an eye poke, stop the fight, get a doctor in, just have a look, say, can you see? Give him 5 minutes. If he's still fucked after 5 minutes, you need to call the fight off, really. Yeah. If you can't see after 5 minutes.
I suppose so.
But he just carried on.
That sounds like VAR.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. But the NBA use it, and have you seen? No, it's good.
Fucking technology, I'm all for it.
Yeah,
especially with something like this, it's like it can fuck it. I've seen like cup shots, people just fall apart. I think Stefan Struve took one once. Oh. He was just like he come out for the next round or try. He was like, yeah, I'm all right, and then just got smashed. Like looked a completely different fighter. But
I remember that. Yeah. I remember that fight. Yeah, it fucked him. Yeah, it's mad.
To be honest, it was a good fight though. I enjoyed it. Like, it wasn't. It wasn't the. It was probably the worst out of the three. I loved the knockout because that was so exciting the first time.
Yeah.
And the second one, how it went so back and forth, and was a bit more exciting. But this one was they're just fucking crazy. Like I know I said about the wrestling, and you're right. Like it's obviously not that easy to take Stipe down, but I wish he'd just tried a bit more. But they're just fucking nuts. They just stand in front of each other banging. It's just like, and he's a fucking much smaller guy as well. It's just.
Animal.
Yeah.
So good. But Stipe just an absolute monster.
Mate,
like
fucking if that I think Ngannou should be next, and either John Jones should maybe fight a top contender just to see what he's like at the weight, and then fight the winner of Ngannou Stipe. You
mentioned John Jones there, Pete. What's going on with the light heavyweight championship?
Oh, Reyes is fighting is it Blachowicz?
Okay.
That's for the title.
Right. Okay.
In September or something like that. I'll have a look at my phone.
So why would it? So it's interesting that he's done that. Why is he not? Is he going? He must be going to heavyweight then, or he doesn't want to fight. What's going on?
Yeah. Oh, I think he's even come out and said he's had really good talks with the UFC. So like things are looking up because obviously things were a bit shit with money and stuff. But yeah. I don't know. I think because it'd be so out of order if they don't give it to Ngannou. Right.
Well, who else is there?
No, I mean if they give it straight to Jones against Stipe, that's what they could do. But, but I don't think they will.
I don't know though, bruv, because like I don't know. It's an interesting one. Well, where does Derek Lewis fit into it? Or do you think?
Oh, he's forgot to fight.
Who's he?
Mate, let me get this.
Who's he fighting?
This is fucking crazy. This got shared today. Someone shared this on Facebook.
I'm excited for
Derek Lewis is fighting Blades on the November.
Yes, that's what I wanted. Yeah. I think he'll do Blades. What do you reckon?
Oh, I don't know. He's a beast. Blades could fucking ragdoll him. I think.
I don't know. We'll see. He's a big guy.
I think that's the only. Yeah, that's the only heavyweight one been announced.
What are the other ones?
Well, we got Reyes versus Blachowicz on September 26th.
Mm-hmm.
Covington Woodley. Not sure when that is. Silva versus Hall on October the 31st.
Anderson Silva against Uriah Hall. Okay.
Right. These two are on the same card. Whitaker versus Cannonier and Nurmagomedov Gaethje.
Fuck it now.
That's UFC 254. Figueiredo's got Garbrandt.
Okay.
And Ortega versus Korean Zombie on October the 17th.
Oh, I'm looking forward to seeing Ortega. It's been a while.
Obviously, we've got the big boys coming up. Adesanya Costa, September 19th.
Fuck it now. Unbelievable. What a sport.
Just keeps on giving.
What a fucking sport, mate.
Oh, and this weekend. Oh, my girl's fighting as well.
This weekend we have, starting with the undercards, we've got, or prelims, whatever. Timo Valiev against Mark Striegel. Carlton Minius against Matthew Semmelsberger. Isaac Villanueva against Jordan Wright. Dwight Grant against Callum Bourne, Austin Hubbard against Joe Selecki, Amanda Limos against...
No, that's not.
No?
No, that's Maria Agapov. There she is.
Oh, yeah,
Agapova.
That's the one we were talking about.
Against Shana Dobson. On Instagram. She's fucking nuts.
Sick. Then we've got Daniel Rodriguez against Takashi Sato, Marcin Prachnio. I haven't seen these guys before.
I think, you know that Daniel Rodriguez? I think I've heard Joe Rogan and that talking about him with. He was talking about him with a coach or a fighter, and they're like, I don't know who he trains with, but they're like, yeah, this guy is just a fucking. He's been in prison and shit like that, and he just got no fear. He's one of them guys. He said, I don't get nervous. I just go out there. And Joe Rogan said, yeah, obviously in his last fight, he looked like that. He just come out. He don't give a shit about anyone. He's been through so much shit.
Sick, no
He's
fear.
like, it's just a fight, yeah, but.
All right, well, he's got Sato to step up against.
Yeah,
Welterweight. Maxime Printner against Mike Rodriguez. OSP, he is... back down to light.
See?
Back down to light.
Fucking hell.
Okay. What do you think about that, Pete?
I'd like to have seen him against fucking Gustafsson. What's going on? Maybe Gustafsson should fucking go back down again. Win that title.
Oh, yeah, win the title. That's a great shout. Well, OSP's gone back down to light heavyweight, and we've got Alonso Menafield. And then we've got Pedro Munoz against Frankie Edgar in the bantamweight division, Pete. What do you think about this fight?
That's exciting, especially because I don't think Edgar should fucking stand with him at all. Like,
right,
but if he's still got it in him to drag him down for like, I don't know how good Munoz's wrestling is, but the way that he knocked out Garbrandt was just fucking naughty.
Mental. So very, very excited for that. And then Pete, we have to talk about Daniel Cormier, like just retiring. He's officially announced it, right? Did you see it?
I think so. Yeah.
What do you think? Do you believe it when people retire now? Or are you just like, yeah, we'll see? Like, what do you think?
Maybe like because I think he's that sort of person. Like what you said with the eye poke, and obviously he's mentioned the eye poke. Maybe it'd be like, oh man, if my eye was all right, what could I have done? Because I think what was it like round 3, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So he had 2 rounds to get through, and you could sort of tell a little bit. It was so interesting watching what he was doing because it was clever, and he did sort of keep catching Stipe with that hook off the clinch.
Yeah,
kept trying for it and that, but it was just, and he kept doing this weird like double jab, like an Ali double jab, like putting his head down, and
he kept trying to sort of grab him. Like he kept trying to,
maybe that was what he was going for to get him for that, like get him for the right hook again. But you could sort of tell. I was so disappointed with the cage control as well. Just that's what I didn't want to see. I kept thinking he was going to flick him round or like somehow get him down.
Yeah.
Stipe weren't doing a lot, and the ref was just sort of standing there letting him lean against the cage.
Yeah.
But I don't think there's any, like, what's he going to do? He's not going to get another title shot straight away. He'll have to fight someone lower down or wait. I don't know what he's. I just don't think he's getting on a bit as well. He don't look like his normal self.
No, he just said, didn't he? I want to fight for titles, and I don't think a title shot's coming my way.
What would have been interesting, because Stipe, you could say Stipe's in his prime now. I would have loved to have seen Stipe versus DC when he was fucking ragdolling people and like throwing Gustafsson around and beating up fucking Bigfoot and shit like that. It's like you just don't know.
I don't want to take anything away from Stipe though. I really don't. Like, honestly, the greatest heavyweight of all time. He has to. If people want to say it, people have to say it now. Do you know what I mean? Like, unbelievable. Did you see? He was very entertaining in his post-fight press conference as well. Like, having a laugh. People say he hasn't got character. Like, he's.
Oh no, yeah, he's a cool guy.
He's a legend, an absolute legend.
What he does as well, fucking firefighter in his like day-to-day life.
Unbelievable, yeah. Like, incredible. Just an incredible human being. But just going back to DC, an incredible 15-fight win streak to start off his career. Some names in there like Josh Barnett, like an absolute beast there. He had Frank Mir, Roy Nelson, and Dan Henderson as well. Hendo, heavy, like mad. All these different weights. This guy's he's a fucking legend, mate. Incredible. Pete, talk to me about how you feel about the John Jones DC relationship. What do you like? How do you see it? Like of John Jones, it getting called off because of him, but then John Jones still being able to beat DC, and it's kind of like a heel face kind of relationship. Like, what do you think about it?
I think you need it, really. It's like you need these sort of things. I like all the sort of fucking being nice to each other and the respect, and there's always going to be respect. Like, no matter how much you hate each other, even like anyone who says they fucking hate each other, they must respect each other on a certain level, because I think they respect anyone who steps in there, and makes that walk. But like, it's good. It's fun. I think it's like a movie. It's like, oh, you got this guy. I fucking hate this guy, and it's like, oh, let's fight. Especially like when there's trilogies and shit. I think that's what's exciting.
Yeah.
Like, one guy wins one fight, next one wins, like with the Stipe one, that was exciting. But like, I don't know. You just look at even just the size of Cormier, like that's why I couldn't believe when he used to beat all them guys in strike force and stuff. And he said strike force then.
Yeah, hey, go on, boys.
In strike force and that. And you got John Jones, who we said the other week, who's just built perfectly for MMA, like light heavyweight. He probably won't look no different than heavyweight. Fucking, and he'll probably still be just as good.
Yeah,
but yeah, I don't know. He's
you need it. I think it's good to have that.
Course.
Like, it makes a fight so much more interesting. It's like, but the reason why that one is good is because it's not fabricated. No. Like, Conor could be fighting anyone, and because he's I mentioned him first this week. Hello, everyone.
I was going to just a minute ago. I stopped. I was going to say Conor Khabib.
Never stop. Never stop. Yeah, it's he will try and sort of fabricate the drama, the beef. You know, every fight he's in, he likes to talk a good game. If he came to Aldo respectfully, Aldo's one of the guys that probably would have been respectful back, but Conor wants to create that stuff, and it does sell fights. This one was genuine. This isn't a drummed up, fabricated kind of. They fucking hate each other. There's actual beef there. Amazing. Pete, it says here that obviously that made him 15-1. He then went 16-1, 17-1, 18-1, 19-1, and then John Jones no contest. What was this?
Drugs.
Yeah, must be. Hey,
that's probably why he was so pissed off.
Yeah. Well, he lost, but he's lost twice to him, hasn't he?
Yeah. So which one got over? No, the head kick. Do you remember he caught him with a head kick? DC was smashing him as well.
Yeah,
smashing him, but he was fucking doing so much.
He was doing well,
and he had that one head kick, and he was just like, "Oh fuck!" And it was just like John Jones just swarmed him. But
so that's been that officially that's been overturned.
It must have been because he come out afterwards. I think DC and said he was like, "Man, I'm so fucking disappointed. It's like it's dangerous. You don't know what people were on and stuff like that." And then obviously he's had the other drug problems, but I think that was definitely like a steroid thing. Like but weren't that one when Joe Rogan always says they
Dick
found
pills.
like a tiny little, like a 0.00 something milligram.
Picogram.
Yeah, picogram in his blood, and it could have been from the old test or stuff. Fuck knows. But
listen, he's fucking cheater. No, I don't know. The Volkan Ozdemir fight I remember very clearly, and it was like, you know, no time. Who I love to.
For the light heavyweight title.
Yeah. So DC was champ because that decision got overturned, and Volkan was challenging him. Volkan came up the ladder really, really quickly, and then they just gave him a title shot. I remember it was really. Let me just open this up in a new tab because I'm pretty sure it was quite quick. His kind of rise to the top. So he fought in the UFC, and then he fought Ovince St. Preux on his debut, and then third fight. His third fight. He's going fourth fight. Fourth fight is going for the title. Incredible. So
I'm excited to see. I don't know. That's going to be a close fight, but I fucking hope Reyes fucking wins that. Just because I thought he beat John Jones anyway.
I thought Reyes is an absolute.
He's already come out and
athlete.
Said he's moving up to heavyweight because he's scared to rematch me.
Is that what he said? Listen, John Jones going to heavyweight. I'm so fucking excited about that. Then so Ozdemir just absolutely did him. I remember of DC before the fight saying, "Look, I like the dude. Like, he's done really well, but there's levels to this game. Like, he's come through. He's had a good run. I'm on a different level," and he fucking was. And he fucking TKO done him in the first round. Yeah. Stipe then beat Stipe, and then he beat Derek Lewis.
That was fucking sick.
He just mauled him basically.
You think to yourself, why couldn't the old geezer do that the other week? He was like a grappling fucking expert. It's like but he was on top of Lewis as well, wasn't he? And he couldn't do.
He got him in a net. He got him in a scarf hold, didn't he?
He didn't fucking. But DC straight on his back.
The old dude, so disrespectful. So disrespectful. So disrespectful.
I'm old.
Not as old as him. And then Pete finishing off his career with the 2 losses to Stipe. A lot of legends go out on a couple losses or even a loss. It's not the end of the world to go out on your shield. You know, The Undertaker did. No, The Undertaker went out on a win, actually. So
Undertaker versus Brock Lesnar.
Fair play to Stipe for getting the 2 wins, but just an absolute legend. His freestyle wrestling record, unbelievable as well.
He double champ when he got in that as well. Oh, no, double Olympic champion. I don't know. I'm sure Khabib put that up the other day.
Was he Olympic champion as well?
Yeah,
fucking hell.
But Khabib said double. I don't know what that means.
Mad. Absolutely incredible.
You know what they should do?
Go on.
What they should have done a long time ago. Fucking DC Brock Lesnar.
You think, yeah.
Make it happen.
They could both cut the promos on it. That's DC would come back for that
Yeah,
fight.
let DC go out on a win.
Yeah.
Mega bucks.
Yeah.
Lesnar. The ref.
I don't think. I don't think Lesnar wants that smoke. To be honest,
someone said he's just going through loads of surgeries, and I'm not surprised.
Oh,
Lesnar.
Ain't he in WWE?
Yeah, but he's got like some issues. Obviously, the issues that made him stop fighting in MMA. But yeah,
interesting, very interesting. Peter, I guess for once, in a while, we can probably leave it there. We're not going to ramble this week for an hour and 1 minute like we did last week, so we couldn't upload the video. I do apologise. I feel like we've spoken lots of a couple of other bits of hot gossip you got, Pete. Anything else?
Fucking hell, probably loads.
Come on.
No, I can't remember what it is.
Yeah, it's true. It's all up there somewhere.
Got?
As long as you want.
No, yeah, I'm just trying to think what's been going on.
What else we got coming up?
Apparently, I don't know how far. What did I say? September. Apparently, cost us like £220.
What, at the moment?
Yeah. Like
what
now?
The fuck?
Someone said he's got to cut like £30. No, 30 something pounds.
How is he not on steroids or anything? Like, I don't.
Mate.
He doesn't get it.
I saw some training videos. He doesn't look any bigger. Maybe it's because he's not. He's just there with his geezer on the pads, but.
Maybe.
Smith, go on, straight back in there.
Yeah, he lost against Teixeira, didn't he? I'm excited for fucking
that's the one.
This card here. What we got on there? Kabuka. But you said there's another one on that card though, isn't there? He said.
Is that all they've put up?
That's all they've put up on the website so far.
Sorry, yeah. Whitaker versus
Cannonier.
Cannonier.
That's going to be fucking banging, mate.
Monster fight.
Absolutely incredible fight.
Darren Till getting fat again.
Really?
He's like, he keeps putting up photos, and he's like, diet starts Monday, and he's eating like, I think it's like a bowl of Lucky Charms, like a big fucking, obviously it's all sugar in it. He's like, I was going to start my diet today. Fuck it, we do it tomorrow, lads. Everyone's like, yeah, I've been there. I know what you're talking about. Next day, he's got a fucking, what did he have? I swear it was McDonald's. Yeah, double cheeseburger, just sitting in his car. He's like, fuck it, diet starts Monday.
Fucking. Do you think he's bullshit though, or do you think he's actually eating that shit?
He does get quite fat. He wears that weird stomach thing when he's training. He looks like one of them stomach shrinkers.
Like a corset.
Like a black padded thing, yeah, to help him probably to
girdle.
He looked a bit funny in the last fight. Like his shorts were digging into his ass.
It's weird. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, he looks a bit chunky. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Some people do though, I guess, but like.
Do you think he should go up to middleweight?
He's middleweight.
No, he is middleweight now. Sorry, do you think he should go up to like heavyweight?
No way.
Do you think he should stay where he is?
He could have fucking if the cut was all right, he could have been smashing people at welterweight.
That's true. He smashed fucking Cowboy at welterweight. It's a shame. Hey ho. Well, ladies and gentlemen, listen. What we're going to do, we're going to leave it there because, as I say, sometimes we just forget to basically upload it. To be honest, not forget, but if we forget that we go over an hour and then we can't upload it to IGTV, where we get quite a lot of eyes. Thank you very much for listening. Shout out to everyone that's been messaging me recently about all the pods. Go and listen to Two Peas on a Pod. Go and listen to The Scene in the Grime. Bosh, Pete, anything else from yourself, mate?
That's it, mate. I think.
See you next week, mate.
Later.